Hello my fellow gamers and welcome to this fantasy world where solar citizens build their villages during the day and fight dark aggressors each night. I'm going to talk about all the features Becastled has to offer and show you its RTS and base building gameplay during this video. The game comes out today on the 8th of February 2021 and if you like what you see here you can already buy it and play it for yourself. Store link is in the description. Just like any other base building RTS, you start in Becastled by building your main keep, but on a map of your own choosing in a game session of your own design. You can play for a set number of days, akin to a survival mode, or go on building forever and fighting forever, or at least until your keep gets destroyed. Maps can be flat, hilly, or a combination of both, and you can choose to have more or fewer resources and natural wildlife, as well as stronger or weaker enemies. I have already made a video about how to play Becastled, and in case you're new to my channel, my name is Peter, and the link to that video is up here and in the description below. As for the campaign, there are no missions to follow in Becastled, so it's almost like a sandbox game in this regard. But it has a storytelling element in that your tutorial is guided by your advisor and you are his sovereign. Your subjects are the solar citizens who are each night attacked by dark aggressors who look like zombies and monsters but fight like an army of White Walkers, siege equipment and zombie giants included, minus the Frost Dragon. Each night has a timer until dawn, but if you defeat all enemies who are attacking you that night, dawn will come much sooner. With a new day, you get back to building up your village, collecting food, wood, stone and gold in form of sunstones. The priests will even raise your fallen soldiers from the dead to fight another, well, night. The buildings you can construct are divided into 4 categories: general, resources, military and decorations, while the map on which you build is divided into cells. Most cells have a particular resource in them and cost wood to claim. The price goes up for each new cell claimed. The wolves won't attack you as long as you do not claim their cell or go into it. The top interface shows you your current stored resources, the countdown until nightfall, population maximum limit, number of alive and dead soldiers, as well as happiness and days survived count. Most of these have an additional tooltip which will show you the breakdown of income and expenditure for each resource and detailed happiness info once you hover your mouse over them. You can see the number of unemployed solar citizens in the bottom left corner and also jump directly to any of them by clicking on that icon. In the top left corner, an icon with a house has a drop-down menu which will give you direct management access to each building solar citizens work in, and you can also add or remove workers directly from it. Solar citizens are so smart that they will stop working in a production building which has filled its resources to the maximum storage capacity, and will also not be selected when you box select soldiers across the map. Kudos to developers for these details. General buildings are houses which increase the village maximum population limit, market and tavern which increase happiness, which then in turn speeds up new villagers spawn rate, church to employ priests, which I already mentioned, and different buildings which increase the resource storage capacity. The resources tab holds all the buildings necessary to get the economy working, like farms, fisheries, hunting lodges, sawmills, and stone and gold quarries. Decorations are divided into ones which require stone or wood. Stone ones add happiness and make each cell more attractive to citizens. Military buildings can also be divided by stone and wood, but also as defensive or offensive. You can have both wood and stone walls, towers and gates, while you can construct a barracks for training 3 different types of melee soldiers, an archery range and a siege workshop building, but siege weapons can only be placed on top of towers. I will go much more in depth about soldiers and combat strategies in my next video about Becastled, but you should know that soldiers are healed only during the day and you spend sunstones to do so. They and the siege weaponry also have a sunstone maintenance cost and can level up, increasing their damage. If multiple soldier classes are selected and moved out, they will set up into a well-designed formation with shields in front, backed by broadswords and spears, while archers take up the rear. The construction of walls is of immense importance when defending your village, so you want to build up stone walls and towers as they are much tougher and have more HP than the wooden ones. But since wood is much easier to gather than stone, because stone requires a specific resource to be present in a cell, while forests are much more numerous and can be regrown, you will start by constructing wooden towers and walls on every cell border where you will get attacked. This is marked by the blue torches during the day, while all other border torches are going to be red. As nights go by, you will end up with more and more of your borders protected by towers from which archers can shoot from. Once you add walls in between those towers, enemies will have to try and find openings walking outside of your walls, or make their own by tearing your walls down by hand, claw, or by using ramps and catapults. Additional benefits of having walls are the ramparts from which double lines of archers can shoot from. The reasons why you want to hold off with stone walls and towers is because building upgrades cost stone, and fountains and statues also require stone to be constructed. These two increase cell attractiveness, a game mechanic which directly increases solar citizens' happiness, and this in turn increases the rate at which you can gain new citizens. Markets and taverns do this as well, as I mentioned earlier, but markets also sell goods and create sunstones as profit. You can even enact taxes on your solar citizens through the treasury building, but at a high cost to happiness. Upgrading buildings with stone provides extra workplaces and so boosts building production rate. When homes are upgraded, you increase the maximum population limit, so it's like adding a new house, but with no extra space required. As you can see from this gameplay footage, everything is really vibrant and borders on cartoonish, but at the maximum graphics options it is quite good looking. This will come at a performance cost by the end game, once you have grown a sizable village like mine here is. The developers from Mana Potion Studios are already working on ironing this out, and since I'm playing a preview version granted to me by them, I'm sure you will have even better performance. You can see my FPS counter in the top left alongside two numbers. These you can use to slow down the game to 1/4 of normal speed and then bring it back to normal. The sound design is excellent, as well as the background music. I have thoroughly enjoyed all the sights and sounds Becastled has to offer. Now I want to do another playthrough, but this time on a map with hills and cliffs, so thank you for watching this gameplay and features overview, and I will put up cards to my other videos about this and other similar games. Thank you for watching and happy gaming!